Hello everyone, welcome back to Suvi English channel. In today's video, we are going to explore a very powerful and a philosophical poem titled Strange Meeting, written by a famous war poet Wilfred Owen. Wilfred Owen was not only a poet, he was not only a writer, he was also a soldier. He was working as a military officer in the British Army. As a soldier, he fought in the First World War and he personally witnessed the great loss, the real loss, and the sufferings caused by war. And in his poems, he wrote about the horrors and the destructive nature of the wars, and he never glorified the wars. Instead, he showed how the wars destroy human lives and their dreams. I do not encourage wars, but many people and even many countries believe that they can find a solution by waging a war, by fighting, they can find a solution. That's absolutely wrong. What I personally believe is that our problems are multiplied, our problems become double when we fight or when we wage a war. Many times, our conflicts are resolved. Our conflicts or our problems are resolved only when we sit together and discuss peacefully. The people and the countries should think and act very wisely, and they should avoid the wars and they should avoid the destruction, the great destructions. We have seen many wars. No, that in the recent times we have been watching what is happening in Russia, Ukraine, right? We have seen the wars between Russia, Ukraine, the conflicts between Hamas and Israel, and the wars between India and Pakistan. And even before that, we have seen the two devastating wars, World War One and World War Two. What has the world got from waging all these wars? What did the people get by fighting, by waging wars? Zero, nothing. Instead, the world has lost millions and millions of humans. And we also should understand one thing, that the wars like these have ruined not only the lives of the soldiers but also the lives of the innocent people, the common men and their families, and the entire nations have suffered due to these kinds of wars. We all must realize that human life is a gift, it's a rare gift that we have got from God, and we cannot say that whether no we would be reborn as humans again. Therefore, when we have got this wonderful opportunity to be humans, we should be grateful to the God, and we should cherish and celebrate each and every single day of our life. But unfortunately, many people and even many countries fight unnecessarily and they spoil their life, the golden life. And in this poem, we see the same philosophy. This poem teaches us a great lesson that human life is a rare gift and we should not waste it. We should not spoil our great life, human life, with just some silly hatredness, violence, unnecessary conflicts, anger. So we should not spoil our life, human life, with all these evil qualities. Now let's see what is there in this poem, Strange Meeting. And before we start this poem, let us understand the title. Why is this title given to this poem, Strange Meeting? Because we see two men meeting in a strange way. They are actually soldiers. The two men are actually soldiers. And that too, these two men, the soldiers, meet after their death. Where do they meet? They meet in the hell. And the speaker in this poem is a soldier who dies in a war. And after his death, when he goes to the hell, there he meets his friend, strange friend. Why is he called strange friend? Because the one he meets after his death in the hell was the one who was killed by himself. They were actually enemies when they were alive, belonging to two different countries, two rival countries when they were alive. But in the battlefield, so they fought and they died. After their death, they meet in the hell and they discuss, they converse, they do their conversation. And this poem shows us how they feel after their death. whether they feel guilty about losing their valuable life, or whether they are very happy for leaving this earth. So all this we will see in this poem. It's actually a narrative poem. The speaker in this poem, who is also a soldier, says that he has escaped from the battlefield. What does that mean? That means some liberation from the battlefield, liberation from this earth. What does that mean? That means he has been killed in a war. And he says, after the death, after he died in a war, he goes to hell. And when he goes to hell, there he sees many soldiers, the soldiers who were killed exactly like him in the battlefield. So he sees many soldiers there, and one among the dead soldiers comes to the narrator, the speaker, and he wishes him, he greets him, and they become friends. Actually, the one who comes to him was actually the rival of the speaker. When they were alive, they both belonged to two different rival countries, and the speaker killed that soldier. That's how he was killed, that's how he died, and he has gone to the hell. And he also, the speaker also, was killed by some other person, some other rival. Both of them were killed in the battlefield, but after their death they go to hell, they meet, and they become friends, strange friends. There was silence, there were no gunshots, there was no violence, no rivalry, nothing. And later the speaker and his strange friend start their conversation, they talk to each other. The speaker says to his strange friend that there was no point in mourning, because there was nothing left, everything was done, everything was gone. So they fought in the battle, and after the battle they died, and they have gone to hell. There was no point in mourning, that's what the speaker says. But his strange friend, the one who was killed by the speaker in the battlefield, expressed his mourning, expressed his disappointment for having lost the wonderful youth, because he had his own dreams, he had his own hopes. He wanted to cherish each and every single day of his life. He wanted to lead a beautiful life, but all his dreams, all his hopes were ruined in the battlefield. After listening to the stranger, the speaker also realizes that he too had dreams, he too had a wonderful life, he too had hopes, but all those dreams, hopes, wonderful life, they were ruined in the war. And now in the hell, they both are mourning because their life was ruined, their life was spoiled because of that war, because of that battle. And his stranger friend says that at least the people who are alive, the people who are alive should learn lessons from these wars, and they should not fight in order to be happy. Otherwise, if they do not learn these lessons, if they grow in anger, they will again fight and they will kill themselves, they will kill each other, and we see the destruction again. And they will realize, they will regret for having lost their beautiful life. And the speaker also says something very interesting. He says, no, he says that if he had been alive, if he had lived, his life would have brought so much happiness to many people. If he had been alive, he would have been helpful to his family, he would have been helpful to the other people, the poor people. He would have done so many great things on this earth if he was alive. But now he is not alive, he is dead. Can he do all these things? No, he does not have any chance to do that. And what we can understand here is that no individual will see progress only with wars. No family will see progress only with fighting, only with rivalry, only with war. No, such families will not see progress. And in the same way, no country will see progress only with wars and conflicts. No. If a country wants to see progress, it should become strong intellectually, economically, socially, politically, not in terms of weapons, not in terms of military. No, it should be strong enough intellectually, economically, politically, and socially. If there are any conflicts between two countries, between two families, between two individuals, they can sit and talk to each other, and those conflicts can be easily resolved. But instead of these, because of their ego, because of their aggressiveness, because of their anger, they tend to fight, and what happens? Great destruction, great loss. They die. And that is why we should learn lessons from the history, and we should learn to work towards peace rather than violence, rather than cruelty, rather than destruction. Because we all know how precious and rare gift human life is. In order to protect our human life, the precious gift, we should learn a lesson. We should learn this important philosophy that war will never give a solution. Our conflicts are easily resolved only when we sit and discuss peacefully. So that's what we learn from this poem, Strange Meeting. Thank you.